Hello everyone, this is February 7th, 2022 at 1:50 p.m. Temperature 4 degrees, no wind chill today, so it feels like, temperature -4, I looked at that, temperature -4, feels like -4, no wind. So that's always a great thing doing a video with no wind. And it is 1:50 p.m. the afternoon on a Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. And here we go on another week. And today I am walking on Oxford Street, and I started at the very end of South Street, where South Street joins Oxford. I started right there, and I'm going to walk across Oxford Street today. And we haven't walked across Oxford except in little pieces ever, like the whole thing. I never started up here and went across Oxford. So this is something new for us today. And I hope you enjoy our little walk across here. You're sure you'll see many things that are historic and beautiful. There's a church that's been here a very long time. I'd love to get over there and read some signs and stuff, but it's traffic. Like, the university students are getting out, and there's a lot of cars here, so I'm not gonna go over there today, but we can look at it. Got a bell tower. You can tell it's very old. I'd probably date that back to at least 1800. Some things here are 17. Some things are much older here. Anyways, we're heading north on Oxford Street. I'm not sure where we'll end up this walk. How far we'll go, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there's Ontario. Ontario car sitting there. I think it was Ontario. Kind of look like their plates. Yep. There's a lot of people move here from Ontario, as we did 3.5 years ago. Can you believe that? It was this summer. It will be 2 years that I've been making videos. Can you imagine? I can't imagine it went so fast. We've been here 3.5 years. Right now, this summer it'll be 4 years. What? Unbelievable. 4 years will have passed this July 31st. Wow. It's pretty nice out. There's a little bit of sun peeking through. Don't believe me, look. There it is. That was bright. Okay. National Research Council, you heard of them? There's all kinds of things the government posts on TV, and they say it's put out by the National Research Council. Well, this is where they do it, right here. At Castine Way. That goes right up through the campus. This is all university campus up through here. We're at the edge of the university. A lot of these buildings are connected to the university as well. Good. Nobody behind me. That's always good. I like to be mindful of that, because I have been caught off guard and people were walking side by side behind me. And I had no idea they were there, and they couldn't get around me. until I hear somebody say, "Excuse me." Then I'm kind of embarrassed that I didn't hear them. So try to turn around every once in a while and make sure nobody's behind me wanting to get around. Because some people don't like to say anything. They'll just walk behind you hoping that you will somehow know they're there. I think I'm going to pull my hood down. I've had my hood up because I thought it might be a little cool, but I'm going to pull it right down there. I got a hat on. I'm going to pull my hood right down. And I didn't mean to jerk the phone. I'm just pulling my glove back on there. There we go. Everything's good. All right. Everything's good once more. Straighten it up there. So, I hope you're going to enjoy this northward walk on Oxford. I know it'd be a long walk to walk all the way across, but I may do it. I might, possibly, walk all the way across Oxford. Never know. Good. My phone dinged. I'm just gonna try to check it and make sure it's nothing serious. A phone call from, okay, that's a phone call from my brother in Ontario, which I'm not going to answer right now because I don't want to interrupt my video, but I will call them later on today. That's what I do now when I get phone calls. I don't take them because one video I made, I thought, well, I'll just take a quick phone call. And then the conversation went on and on and on and on. And I didn't want to bore everybody with that, so I had to kind of trash that video. And I learned my lesson from that. Don't answer the phone unless it's my wife, because that could be important. And I can always turn the phone off right when I answer it. I can just touch that little button and turn it off. And then when she's hung up, I can turn it back on and you'll never notice a thing there. So, well, that's how I handle it now. I don't try to have conversations while I'm on the phone, while I'm making my video, because no, that's not good. A quick thing, yes, it's okay. So if my wife calls and says, "When are you going to be home?" And I say, "Oh, I'll be home around 5 o'clock," and she goes, "Okay." Then I hang up. That's okay. I think that's allowed. I don't think you mind that. But anything beyond that, I have to turn my phone off. And I don't like turning them off because I like to keep the video all in one piece. And once I start it, I like to finish it without any interruptions and just make it go really good. I got a rock in my shoe, but oh well, I'm not going to stop for now. Yeah, as I was saying there, once I start it going, I don't like to stop it. It's so much easier to work with if I don't have to piece it back together and maybe chop things out. I had an incident. One of the last videos I made. There's this guy in Dartmouth, and every time he sees me, he gets in front of my camera and he starts to swear and use bad language and wave his arms all over the place and yell. He thinks I'm going to put that on YouTube, but he's mistaken because we cut that out. My son helped me and we put it into the computer and we cut his little act right out of there. So it don't work when he does that, but it's kind of annoying. But I don't say too much. He was onto a rant about the Liberal government, and I said, well, that's one opinion. And I left it at that. Because you don't want to get into arguments with people that, especially when they seem a little bit unbalanced like that. You know, I just try to I try to work with them. You haven't got much to work with, but work with them. And you're better off doing that than you are being confrontational, because sometimes those things don't work out the best. There's another Ontario, right there. Lots of those around. Yeah, lots of Ontario cars in the city. We were a little bit over 15 years in Toronto. And I gotta say, sometimes I miss some things up there. I miss my kids that are up there. And I wish I could get some of them talked into coming down here to live. But the thing is, they get all settled in jobs and stuff up there. Kids in school, got all their contacts for everything. Doctor, all these things. And they don't want to just pack up and go to another province. I think you got to be quite brave to do that. We did it, and it didn't really bother us too much, but I guess we're the adventurous type. It don't bother you if you like to do that. It's people that are a little bit shy, turn their life upside down, that they don't like to make that big move. So anyways, we're going up. We're planning on making a trip to Ontario in May. So I'll have to make sure I get a few videos out there to tie us over while we're gone. And I plan to make some videos along the way. Short of maybe a road trip one. It won't be a solid video. It'll be in a whole bunch of pieces because I can't keep it on that long. So it'll be like a little bit leaving Halifax, maybe a little bit coming into New Brunswick, and a little bit entering Quebec, and that kind of thing, and some Montreal video if I can, if I get time. If not, we'll at least do our trip across Montreal, and then we'll try to do some videos in Toronto while we're there. So that's my plans, to do some Toronto videos. There's a big Catholic church. Must be a lot of Catholics in Halifax, because there's a lot of big Catholic churches here. A lot of Catholic churches. I would say there's more Catholic churches in Halifax than anything else. And your second would probably be United Church. Probably your second amount of churches. Then the rest are all just rolling together, all the rest of them. Well, the Anglican has been around a long time too in Halifax. So you got three churches that's been here for a long time. Probably ever since 1749 or whatever that magic date is here in Halifax. That there's probably been the Church of England and the Catholic and the United. Then all the rest came after. Well, I am at Cornwall Street in Oxford. So I'm making my way across the city, going from south to north on Oxford Street. Hope you're enjoying this little walk today down Oxford. Maybe at one time you lived on Oxford. I don't know, maybe. If that's the case, then you'll really love this video. And if not, well, you're learning something about Halifax, because Oxford Street goes all the way across the city, pretty much, and from the north end to the south end. You can take Oxford right across. Just like you can Roby, but Roby doesn't go all the way. like Oxford does. Or I should say, Roby might, Windsor doesn't. There, get my street straight. Windsor Street does not go all the way across the city. Oxford does. Yeah, maybe Roby does, or pretty much. But Windsor Street doesn't. I got a rock in my shoe, but I don't want to stop and take my shoe off. So I guess I got to endure it, right? Oh well, we'll make our way across here. Think of the walking I'm getting in today. I'm doing lots of walking. I'm making 2 videos today because tomorrow is going to be raining all day. Maybe some wet snow, maybe some freezing rain. So that's the forecast for tomorrow. So I know I won't get out tomorrow to do much. So I'm making 2 videos today, which will be for Monday's is already up today. So the first one is for Wednesday and the other one is for Friday. So I got my week taken care of, but I might make some extra. We'll see how that all goes, okay? There, I see that's my polite side. I walked into the snow there to give that woman a chance to keep on going down the sidewalk, and which I should, because I'm not in a hurry for anything. And I got nobody waiting for me today. My wife has the car at work. My son isn't working today. So I have really nothing to hurry for. If I get home in time, I might work on something to eat when they get home. When my wife gets home from work, I might be able to get some supper ready. But if I'm not home in time, then it's going to be a serve yourself night. She don't mind if she likes it when I cook meals, but if I don't cook a meal, she doesn't get all upset. Where's my supper? Nah, she doesn't say nothing. She just finds something to eat, which I would do if I come home and she said, I didn't feel like cooking today. I said, that's all right, I'll find something. And look in the cupboards and see what I can find, and that's good. I think we're nearing the intersection of Oxford and Quinpool. That's what it looks like right here, what I can see. So Oxford is going to be a pretty good video by the time I get across Oxford, I would say. When I get up here, I'm going to point my camera at some snow so I can see that little sign there and see how long this video has gone. It's not that long yet. I'm guessing about 15 minutes, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can see. Wow, I'm good. 14 minutes and so many seconds. I wasn't quite sure, but I did see the 14. So that was close. I said 15 minutes and I was about a half a minute out, give or take. You know what else I'm good at? I'm good at judging distances of how long something is or how wide something is. Like this sidewalk in front of me. I say it's about 4.5 feet wide. I'm usually not very far off when I estimate my distances like that, how wide something is or how long it is or how whatever. I'm really good at that. Okay, so I gotta speed up now so I can make the light and get across Quinpool. This is Quinpool, you can see the sign right there. And we'll look down the street as we go by. There we go, continuing on to the north end, or part of the north end. Somewhere up in that area we'll decide what we'll do then. I got to catch a bus to get back home because I don't think I'm going to get home by taking the ferry, because that would take longer and you have to wait for the ferry and stuff. And I can just get on one bus and it'll take me right across to the bus terminal, and then the second bus take me home. It'd probably be a lot quicker. Well, we'll talk a little bit about the virus and the vaccinations. Everyone in our family now has had 2 vaccinations. My wife has had her booster, so that's her 3rd one. We were scheduled to go, me and my son, on February 8th. But because we had it in, I guess it was quite a while ago now, I guess it was January, maybe it was even December. It was after Christmas. I'm not sure now. It was a while back, but time goes faster than you think. It feels like it was a couple weeks ago, but it was longer than that. We both had COVID, and they said, if you get COVID, you have to wait 3 months before you can get your vaccination. So we were scheduled for February 8th. Now it's going to be March, April, May 8th before we can get our vaccination. But they also said anyone who has 2 shots and then had COVID is really protected well. It's something about having had it, gives you that extra, it's like your booster, gives you that extra shot and you're good for 3 months. So that's why they don't want you to take a booster on top of it. So we're trying to do the sensible thing, and we both got to wait till April before we can get our booster, which means it'll last longer. You get it in April, it's going to last a lot longer than if you got it in January. So, but my wife has hers, and they say she's 95% protected now. And I think she's got some kind of immunity because the time me and my son got it, we got a little tiny car. If you ever seen videos of us in the car, that car is kind of small. And I was sitting beside her. My son was sitting in the back. And we did that in 2 or 3 days before we realized we had it. And by the time we had it, we all quarantined in our bedrooms. But I thought, this is a waste of time. She's going to catch us for sure. And I kept waiting another day. No, she did 2 or 3 tests. And she took a couple days off because she told her work that she could have been exposed to it. And because the two family members have it, so they told her to take the rest of that week off. Then they told her to take 1 more test in a few days, and if that one was good, she could come back. That one was still good, and she never caught it at all through the whole thing, and she was right close to us. So I don't know what kept her from getting it, but she didn't get it. And we both got it, but I'm happy to tell anybody who didn't hear from me at that time, that it was so minor that I wasn't even sick. I had a sore throat for 3 days, and I had a cough for about 4 or 5 days. And then things let back up, and then I had to quarantine for a week, and which we did. I was allowed to go an hour a day as long as I didn't go near anybody. And I took advantage of that and made a couple of videos in that time. And we got through that, and everybody's fine now, so that worked out great for us. I thought I'd just share that with anybody who never saw the videos previous. You might be new, you might have missed those ones. Not everybody watches every video, and sometimes new people come around, they see the first one, they don't realize there's 300 of them out there to watch. I know I started watching other people. That's how I get interested in this. I was watching Johnny Strides in Toronto, And I was watching Action Kid in New York. And I was watching Bevy, YH said, in Halifax. Those were the three I was watching and learning how to do this. And so you're all my inspiration. So all you three video makers were my inspiration to get me started. And that was, this summer would be 2 years ago. I didn't even think I could, well, I got something coming up here. Battery may quit soon. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Battery may quit soon. I could put my other phone in and finish this video. I'll walk up to the corner and I'll switch phones. Okay? Because I don't want to stop my video now. So I'll walk up to the corner. Lucky I got two phones with me. And the battery's always good in the other one because it's newer. The only thing is I can't plug my microphone in because it doesn't have a microphone jack. Everything's Bluetooth. And I don't have a Bluetooth microphone. So I can talk right into the phone, which sounds pretty good on that phone. I did that once before, and it sounded like it was better than my microphone. So I'll walk up to the light, and I'll stop there, and I'll put my other phone in to finish this video off. Does that sound good? All right. I'll just let you know I'm stopping. It's going to take me a minute to shift over, and won't take that long. Just take me a couple of minutes. Put this phone in my pocket, pull the other one out, and keep going. So the battery is getting low now. They don't like the cold when they get old. That's what happens. All right, I'm gonna stop right here. I am at Shabukto, yes. Shabukto Road and North Street's over there. So here we are on the corner of South Street. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Corner of, okay, I'll get my tongue around it yet. Coburg Street. Coburg? I think I said that right. No, wait. Oxford, there we go. Where did I get Coburg? Oxford Street. Okay, I'm on the corner of Oxford and Shabukto. To put a little break in my video, I'm going to turn it off now, and I'll be right back when I change phones. Okay, I'm back. I switched phones. This one here has lots of power. I should be able to finish my video now with this phone. I don't have the microphone, but I have a microphone in this phone, which will work probably all right. I think we'll be fine. It'll probably sound better through this phone because this is a newer phone. And I did it once before, and the microphone actually sounded better in this phone than my other one with the microphone plugged into it. So we'll see. All right, so we are walking Oxford to North Street, and we'll go down north for a bit, I guess. We'll go this side of the street. I've never walked this side of the street before, so this will be the first time. We have walked North Street a few times, but that's okay. There's no rules, so they can't walk over the same street that I've been over before. There's a construction job going on right there. There's no rules that you can't do that. So we're going to do it, and I don't think it'll bother anybody too much if I walk over North Street when I did it a couple times before. We are heading now east on North Street. I'd like to keep you, my valued viewers, in the know. So when I'm walking down the street, you know what direction I'm headed. And this street here heads right into the bridge for going to Dartmouth, if I choose to do that. But I think I'm going to walk up to Tim Hortons and on the corner of Yonge and Roby, because you can only walk around so long without going to the washroom. And I've been quite a while, and I think I'd get a coffee before I head back home. That sounds like a good plan. And I can catch a bus right in front of Tim Hortons. It'll take me right downtown, and then I just got to jump on the other bus almost across the street from where they let me off, and that'll take me over to the ferry terminal. Or sorry, the bus terminal in Dartmouth. There we go. The bridge terminal. I'll get my tongue around it eventually. You get used to me, you guys, that I make mistakes sometimes and mean to say one thing and I say something else. But eventually I correct myself. There's the Oxford School right beside it right now. It looks pretty bare. So maybe I imagine school's already out and everybody's gone home. So more than likely. Maybe they're just getting out. Could be that too. Because one student came out. Looks like a junior high. Something like that. Intermediate probably, or whatever they call them here. Intermediate or junior high or something. Yeah, it don't look like a high school and it don't look like an elementary school, so it's probably an intermediate level school. So down North Street we go. Haven't run across my wife doing deliveries for a while. I don't think she's busy at this time of the day. That's what it is. Have to be over here early to run into her. It was funny once I was just coming to an intersection and I was talking about might see my wife down here today, and she went right through the intersection in front of me. And I go, there she goes. We shifted roles, my wife and I. She used to be the low earner and I was the big earner. I drove a truck up in Ontario the whole time we was up there, and before that too. I got about 30 years in driving a tractor trailer, and I spent my 15 years in Ontario driving a truck for the same company. Never changed it, jobs, the same company the whole time. And never went out of Ontario. We had some trucks that went to Quebec, but I never went down to Quebec. I just did Ontario. And the farthest away I went was Windsor, North Bay, Cornwall. That was my farthest. And Sudbury. Sudbury, North Bay, they're about the same distance. And Windsor that way, and Cornwall east. And Ottawa. I have been up to Ottawa a few times. Quite a few. One time I used to go all the time, and then things changed, and I started doing other things. But yeah, so that was my runs. And some days I just worked around Toronto, lay-around days. Those were lay-around days when you worked in Toronto. You go to a warehouse, and then maybe the stuff won't be ready for 2 or 3 hours, because we were doing mattresses. So you get into the mattress factory, and there's some of the stuff not ready. They're waiting as they bring it off the line to put it on the truck. And you're sitting around there for 2 or 3 hours. A lot of times, 2 or 3 other guys from our company would show up, and we'd walk over to either McDonald's or Tim Hortons to get a coffee. They were right close by that mattress factory. We'd walk over there and get coffee, come back over and hang out there in the factory yard, and had maybe 2 or 3 of us from that company, and there was drivers from other companies that we knew too. We all stand around out there in the yard talking, having coffee. Yeah, pretty soft driving jobs. Those were the days. My wife don't have those conditions in her job, because she works a different kind of job than I did. Ours was usually whole loads to one place. the most I might have three drops on a trailer, whereas she got like 50 deliveries a lot of days. So it was much different for me than it is for her. Well, I am down to the corner of North Street and Windsor. Now I could jump right on a bus here and go over to Dartmouth, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to walk right up to Tim Hortons and hang out there for a little while. Okay? Now I'll get to this intersection, and when the light changes, I'll go across. There we go. Then I'll be on the right side of the street for going up there. There we go. I'll just cut the corner a little bit right there. Think I can make it before the cars get here. There we go. You gotta be brave here doing this job. You can't obey the rules all the time. I had no idea when I was working I was gonna be doing this when I retired. I always thought I gotta find something to do when I retire, so I'm not just sitting around the house. Because a lot of people, they retire, and if they don't have something to do, they get depressed, sitting around, and psychological problems and things, and health problems, because they're sitting around the house and nothing to do but think. And that's not good. I always found out thinking is bad. Thinking's not too good. Well, the less of that we do, the better off we are. Don't do too much thinking. Don't waste time thinking about something that might happen or worrying about things. Just don't think. There you go. You'll be better off. Do you like my advice? Okay, good. I could take these back streets, but I took them before, and I wanna do something different. Come on. Come out. I'm waving her out, but you know why she'll want to come out. Come out. You're driving a taxi. You're in a bigger hurry than I'm in. I know, I used to do that too. I used to drive taxi. Oh, let's go this way. I've been through here before, but let's go ahead. I think this is Gladstone, if I'm not mistaken. I drove a cab a long time ago when I was really young in Fredericton for Trias Taxi. That was a long time ago. I think Trias is still around, but not sure. I know they still have Student Cab, which was part of Trias back then. Anyways, I worked there. I didn't put in a long career doing it. I think I was there one winter. That was it. I got laid off another job and I was drawing unemployment, and that was getting close to an end. And I had to survive somehow, so I took that taxi job. You don't make a lot of money driving a cab, but I took that taxi job to get me through the winter. And that was it. When spring came, I was gone. That was it for me, for taxiing. My friend Roger drove a cab here in Halifax, he was telling me. So I'll tell you, if you work here now as a cab driver, you're not going to work hard. The ones in the North End, they're sitting in their cabs more than they're driving. It's really slow. It's really hard for taxis now because with Uber moved in, they're getting a lot of the business that the taxi cab companies used to get. And when we first moved here, I heard these horror stories about taxis here, how they wouldn't take you to certain areas, and they were rude, and their cabs were messy, and sometimes they wouldn't answer the calls. So I don't know if that's true or not. I never experienced it because I have never taken a cab since we've been here. And I don't think anyone in our family has. So I either take the bus, I walk, or we drive. So I have no experience whatsoever with cabs here. But these are some of the rumors I heard when we came here. People telling us how awful the cab situation was here, but I don't know. It could be it could be somebody's got an overactive imagination there or something. I don't know. Usually there's some truth to what they're saying, and it's not as bad as what they're saying. That's what I always find. There's a measure of truth in it, but it's not 100%. So take it for what it's worth. But if you're a cab driver now, you're not going to do that well because there's Uber has kind of took over a good portion of the market. There's the construction area over here, and I think you can tell which one is going to be the tall building. That one right over there, on that one right there in the end. I think that's going to be the tall building, because that crane is attached to that building, and they've got one of those mechanisms on the tower going up, where you can lift it up and add a piece in. So that's going to be the tall one. Right there, I think. Oh, there's construction everywhere, it says. That's the one that used to be the Acadia Bus Line Terminal. Acadian Bus Line, that's what it was called. And a long time ago, that was the bus terminal. I think they're calling that building North Station. I think. I gotta check it again to make sure my facts are correct, but I believe that building's called North Station. We will see if I'm right. Yes, indeed I am right. North Station. Can you see it? The black one right there, the black sign there, North Station. Okay? So that's what that spot is going to be called, North Station. So if you ever have to come to that building and you're taking a taxi, imagine I would bring that up. Yeah, you tell them, take me to North Station. There you go. Nice location, I would say. This building right across the street has a cafe in there. I saw the sign back there, cafe in that building. Some buildings do that. They have a cafe in their building. We've been in our same apartment now for the 3.5 years we've been here. And we're talking not this year, not going to move this year, but we are kicking it around that there might be a time come when we'll move. Probably will be. If we ever move, it's going to be a building with an elevator, and it's going to be underground parking. So I don't have to scrape ice off our windows. And one morning we had to get a boost because the battery went dead. And it was quite a new battery. There wasn't nothing wrong with the battery, but it was so cold that night. And we didn't get it charged up really good didn't drive it enough that week. That was back when I had just got over COVID and the car had been sitting quite a while because my wife had to take time off too. So the car sat almost a whole week. And we went out to start it one Sunday morning and it went click. So lucky we had insurance to get a guy to come and boost us. So we boosted it And then it never happened again. We make sure if it's going to be cold that night, that we got the battery well charged. We drive it around and the battery's at its peak before we don't start it anymore that night. Well, what do you think, Roger? Has the north end changed enough for you? Look at this. These tall buildings going up here. I know. Every time you see them, you say, oh, what have they done to the north end? I know, eh? If you just stand right here, you can see all these ones being built. There's all these ones that are built, and there's that one back there that's being built, and there's all those ones over there. Like, the north end is going to be the new, the new, it's like Toronto and Mississauga, but on a smaller scale. It's going to be the new part of the city. It might grow bigger than downtown if it keeps on growing like this, because I know there's other stuff planned. This isn't the end of the construction when these ones are done. There's other stuff planned. There's a site right over in that direction where they just tore down a block of houses. So there's something big going there. And I think it's just a matter of time before somebody gets in to the old Broomfield School property. That's major. You could have a plaza, a park, a whole bunch of buildings, all kinds of stuff in that place. That's huge. Well, I know somebody will do something with it. Look at this. The glass is all in this now. Oh, it's great. Love it. Love it. So I'm going to go over to Tim Hortons here and let's see how's my time doing. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I made a little bit shorter one, the last one, so this one can be a little bit longer. It won't hurt anything. Have a nice long video. We got lots of space on this phone. It won't hurt anything at all to make a nice long video. And I know a lot of you guys like long videos. Some don't, but some do. So you can't please everybody, but I try. I try to please everybody. I don't know if I do, but I try. I'm a easygoing person. I like to be happy whenever possible. So I try to make something that everybody will like. I hope you enjoy these little walk around with me, and I just talk about whatever comes in my head while I'm walking along. And everybody's got a little different style. I know that. That's what makes it interesting. That's what everybody's got a little different style. I think that's what appealed to me about the people that I said influenced me to get started was Johnny Strides. He talks about a lot of different subjects when he's out walking around. And Beverly, the same thing. She talks about a lot of different things out walking around. And sometimes her knowledge is better than mine because she lived here her whole life. She knows a lot about Halifax, whereas I've only been here a short time. But I try to make them interesting for you. And after all, the personality is part of it. And I hope you enjoy walking around with me, because I enjoy making these videos. There, Roger, there's this one. How's it doing? A little smaller than those other ones over there. What is that sign I see off there in the distance? Could that be Tim Hortons? Oh boy, yum. Well, they never slowed down all winter on these construction jobs. They went all winter. Here we are now, getting into February pretty good, and they haven't slowed down at all for January or December. So I am on Roby now, and I'm heading north on Roby. There we go. Get that for a while. And for any of you people who watch CTV, the news and stuff like that, and you always wondered where it's located, you know it's in Halifax, but maybe you don't know where it is, I'm going to show you. I'm right across the road from it. Okay? I'll turn my screen around here. There's CTV right there. There's their satellite dishes up on the roof, and towers, antennas, all that stuff. So that's their location right there, CTV. Might as well say Roby, it's between Roby and Almond and Roby and Young. There's a little plaza here where the UPS store is. It's right next to that. Whoa, that car cut the boss off. He let him know he wasn't happy. I'd like to be able to see how we're coming along here. I'm not sure. But whatever it is, when I get Tim Hortons, will be the end of this video. And I know it's noisy right here. There's a lot of noise coming off the traffic. So try not to holler too loud into the microphone, because it is sensitive. I don't have to holler to talk into this mic. Even though I don't have a microphone, the phone is about a foot from my face, so I know you can hear me good if I don't holler. Sometimes I raise my voice when a bus goes by or a gravel truck or something, but I should just stop talking when these things go by. Then it wouldn't be so annoying. Anyway, thankful there's no wind today, because the wind is a problem. The wind is our enemy. And it's hard making videos in the wind. So anyways, here we are. I am at my destination, Tim Hortons on the corner of Yonge and Roby. And I'm going to go in here now, and I'm going to sign off on this video. It is what it is. I don't know how long it is. I can't quite make out my sign there. It's too small. They should have made that a little bigger. It's hard to read. That's okay. I had to do something since it's going to rain really hard and snow and stuff tomorrow. So anyways, have a good day. If you like this video, push that like button. And if you're not yet a subscriber, I would just love it if you push that subscribe button, okay? Thank you very much. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.